that's how a lot of income is generated.
Hmm.
I got kind of tired of the single family stuff just because I started to do a little bit bigger deals just in terms of buying and reselling like these deals. And I realized, wow, I can make 500 grand or $1 million on one deal. Instead of doing a small, I'll do a big one. It's the same amount of work. It's just a more valuable property.
Hmm.
I might have a little more capital out, but so I kind of got tired of these single family deals. There's just all the things when you get, I mean, I think we had, I don't know, 15 or something at the time. And I came across a small metal building that I bought on the delinquent tax list, 2,500 square foot, like a little warehouse on 1 acre. And it was in a really good location, but I didn't really know much about it. I bought it for 20 grand. I thought the appraisal district said it was 250 or something. So I thought home run. Well, I hauled the trash out, painted it, cleaned it up. I'm all in it for about 50 at this point. I decided to call a commercial broker and he got me 430,000 for this thing. I was in it for
Wow.
50. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So, but here's what it told me. The demand for these little metal buildings was extreme. They're very easy to remodel. You remodel a house, dude, you know how many parts are in a dead gum house?
Right,
Toilet
right.
flange, toilet bolts, toilet, sink, vanity. We ain't very far yet. Let me
Yeah.
tell you how many parts there are on a metal building. Frame, electrical, mechanical, foundation, R panel siding. I think that's it.
That's
Maybe
it.
maybe
Yeah.
a water meter. So once I realized that, I started actually looking for those. And at that point, I said, man, I sold the rental houses and I try to keep the metal buildings less than about 50,000 square feet. Bigger than that, you start getting into institutional stuff.
Hmm.
Or it's too expensive to, you have a very small tenant base on 100,000 square foot metal building.
Right.
So less than 50,000 is really good. And I started building a portfolio of those. So that's kind of
Amazing.
that's where the income component of the business, the fixed income component came from, the whatever passive income they say, although rentals aren't passive. That's where the money that's made, the messy titles goes.
Okay. Okay. So Awesome. you just buy those and then lease them out to mechanics or storage places, stuff like that.
That's it. You would be absolutely astounded if you knew the entire tenant base of those type of buildings. A very average size is 5,000 square foot. So if you buy a 25,000 square foot building, you can cut it into three and get you, a little bit smaller spaces, but a very good size. It's common is 5,000. You got landscape companies, you got air conditioning companies, you got cable installer dude, the moving
Plumbing.
companies,
Yep.
just keep going. What's neat is they're less expensive to build. And if the business doesn't need a storefront like retail, they can lease for cheaper because it's cheaper to produce this product. So tenants are really loving these things. And retail and storefront was built by developers in extreme volume for generations. But people building metal buildings, they're starting to do flex space now. But in the past, developers didn't go out and just develop metal
Right. Right.
buildings. It was built for a user like a business owner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
You,
the volume of product isn't what you would think it is, but there's a high demand.